at finding the area of shapes on a coordinate plane. So the first thing we have are 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 points, which means we're going to be making a quadrilateral. And remember, whenever you have ordered pairs, so like 3, 4, the first number is talking about how to move on your x-axis. So it's going to be a horizontal movement. The second number is your y value, which is talking about your vertical movement on your y-axis. So to get to a positive 3, positive 4, we're going to start at the origin. And we're going to go to the right 3 because it's a positive 3, and up 4. So we can see that our first point is going to be located at 3, 4. Negative 2, 4 means we're going to go to the left 2 because of it being a negative, and we're going to go up 4. So we'll plot it at our point here. Now we have a negative 2, 7, so we're going to go left 2, go up 7, plot our point. And finally we have 3, 7, so we're going to go to the right 3 and go up 7. So here's our 4 points. So we can see then that our 4 points, if we connect them, they are going to make a rectangle. We know it's a rectangle because of the 90-degree angles. The next thing we need to figure out is how long is each one of our sides. Remember, when you are finding length, you're not counting lines, you're counting how many moves, how many spaces are between there. So we can look from, switch colors here. Let's say we're looking at this side right here. We can see that it's 1, 2, 3 units tall, so we know that it's got a height of 3. And if we look at our length of this rectangle, which is crossing here, we can see that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 5 units long. And as a reminder, to find the area of a rectangle, we just do length times width or base times height. So we know the area of this is going to be 15 square units. Taking a look at our next one, we have points at 10, 7. So again, we're going to go to the right 10. We're going to go up 7. So here's our first point. Our next point is 10, negative 1. So we're going to go right 10, down 1. Our next point is going to be at negative 4, 5. So we're going to go left 4 and go up 5. And let's connect our pieces here. Okay, so we know we're looking at a triangle. And if you recall, to find the area of a triangle, we know that it's going to be 1/2 our base times our height. So in order to find our base, we're going to need to find a side that we actually know the value of. We can tell how long it is. And whenever we're looking at like this side, we don't really know how long that is because it's slanted. It's going through pieces at an angle. The same is true for our blue side here. So we really can't find the value of them mathematically, but we do know the value of our green. So again, we can count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we know that this is going to be 8 units long. And if you recall, when we find our height, we can't find a slant height. We need to find a height that is perpendicular or forms a 90-degree angle with our base. So we know that we need to go straight up from our base until we get directly underneath of where the apex or the tip of this is. So if we were to do this part right here, I'll put an X right here, that's going to actually represent our height of the triangle. So the height of my triangle, and to make this even faster, I know that from here to 0, I know that that's 10 units if we think back to our absolute value. And from 0 to a negative 4, that's another 4 units. So we know that we have a height of 14 units. You also could have went inside here to find your height of 14 units. Again, remember that to find the area of a triangle, it is going to be, we can multiply our base times our height, and then we can divide it by 2, or we can do 1/2 of the base times the height. I like to personally take half of the base first. It makes it a little bit easier. So I know that half of 8 is 4, and then 4 times 14 is going to give us an answer of 56. So we know the area of this triangle is 56 square units. Okay, one more. I see I've got 4 points again. So again, I'm looking at a quadrilateral. So 8, 6, I'm going to go right 8. I'm going to go up 6. So here's our first point. We have 6, 3. We have 1, 3. And we have 3, 6. So now I'm going to connect these pieces. And this is not a rectangle because we do not have 90-degree angles. What we're looking at now is a parallelogram. If you recall, to find the area of a parallelogram, we're simply going to multiply the base by the height. again, to find the base, we need to know a known length. So we can either look at our reds or we can look at the blues. Okay, the only one that we really know the length of would be my blue values. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. And a common mistake is to try to figure out how long the red is, but the length of the red is not the height. Remember, the height has to form that right angle with our base. So forming a right angle, we would have to come down or straight up from our base, and we can see that we have 1, 2, 3. So this is 3 units tall. So to find the area of this parallelogram, we're going to do 5 times 3, which is going to give us a total area of 15 square units.